ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Talking That Talk. I am your host, Juice, aka Ordinary, No Ordinary Brother.
All right, what's good, world? I go by the name of King Exodus, aka X.
As
All right.
we always say, where we have comfortable and uncomfortable conversations. Go ahead, X.
All right, so we back again for a double up tonight. So, conversation we're talking about tonight is, did technology destroy modern dating, modern relationships? All right. So, I was having a conversation with one of the homies, what I'm saying, a couple of days ago, and we were just highly interested that, back in the days when people had less access to each other, what I'm saying, accessibility wasn't as common because people had to take time to get to that particular individual. It was like, I bet people were happier in relationships, nonetheless. Pretty sure the marital rates were higher, divorce rates were lower. You know what I mean? So it raised the thought, like, is too much access bad within modern relationships? You know what I mean? We got the social media platforms where anybody else could easily compare their relationship with the bird's eye view to somebody else's relationship just based on what they post. Statuses, you know what I mean? Constant communication, having a cell phone. It just brings about, sometimes we can say maybe too much access. So we're bringing the conversation to you tonight. Hopefully we can get engagement on this one. I know a lot of people probably got stuff to tap into on this one. Mm-hmm. So, Juice, how you feel about the topic, man? Technology destroying modern relationships.
Oh, man. I do believe it does have the effect to destroy relationships. I also believe it has the effect to improve, but majority of the time we have seen more disruption than improvement. Why? There's a lot of comparison. There's a lot of things such as relationship goals that people want to ideally aim for and stuff, right? You got to remember, right? Your relationship goal was the marriage down the street at one point in time. You got to look at that. That was relationship goals right there. But when technology opened it up, it was just like, yo, they're going on trips, man. They just bought a house. Well, they got a new car. Oh, the wife stays at home and she doesn't have to work. Like, all that comes into effect of, comparing yourself up to the next individual. I had purposely put the social media apps up there purposely, right? You got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, eHarmony, Plenty of Fish, Tinder. It was another one I put up there, Bumble. And it was funny because, like, as I was looking at these apps at the same time, I came across another dating app, right? I forgot the name of it, but it said for people looking to date intellectuals and ambitious people. I was like, hold on, man. I think this is mine right here. You know what I'm saying? Amazing. I ain't gonna lie. I downloaded it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like some stimulated conversation, baby. It was different because it hit me different. I was like, hold on, ambitious and intriguing, like I said, stimulation is everything. And sometimes it be the people that you're not around within your own city or with your environment you can have that. And sometimes you got to go outsource. But see, that's why I also say that can also be a PowerPoint, right? Because while people stay on the main fronts like Tinder, Bumble, and stuff like that, they got these smaller apps that are perfectly designed for individuals you read it, or you particularly look at, like Hinge. Hinge is one of them. They said the dating app that's meant to be deleted. It's a catchy. But overall, technology, I would say, definitely did put a lot of competition within dating. That's the main thing. It put a lot of competition in dating.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think it messed up a lot of people's ability to please their mate within some senses, because you could just easily look at what your friend doing in their relationship on social media. You know what I mean? You don't know how much saving it took for them to go on that trip, who really paid for it. You don't know all the small details. You just see the image of it. And a lot of people look at that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of females may go to their friend's social media and see, hey, that man bought them flowers. That man bought him her new car. Oh, she got a new ring. Then you go back and you look at your man like, you know what I mean? So
hey, look, you didn't even have to double date for it. Usually when you double date, that's when you size each other up.
You ain't even gotta do that no more. You double dating online, right? Without knowing.
So, hey, look, I'm on fire, man. I'm on fire, man.
So we see the competitive nature, right? And how people could begin to devalue their own relationship just based on what they see other people doing. Okay. And then within a sense, we look at what celebrities are doing as well.
Mm.
We can see what they're doing in their relationships, knowing we nowhere near where they are on an economic status. But people still see what somebody else is doing, and they can't help but wonder, think, you know what I'm saying, or envision themselves doing acts of the same. So I would just simply point out those things. And another big thing on social media is that whole relationship status. Some people feel as though if they're in a relationship, they have to make it known on social media. And then that goes back into posting a relationship on social
Mm.
media. You know what I'm saying? Then we have some people that's like, hey, low key, you know what I'm saying? They should say single. But in real life, they probably in a bigger relationship than most of the people whose status says in a relationship.
Mm.
That can, right? So that raises a question. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people tussle over that. If people don't post you, then you're not important. It's not real if you're not on the ground with them. You know what I'm saying? Like these type
Mm.
of things happen. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Me
sir.
personally, I don't get down like that. I don't, you know what I'm saying, publicize too much of my business. Never been that kind of person really. Then within the social media space, I feel like if things are genuine, in my opinion, you don't have to necessarily take that step to prove how genuine it is. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people doing it for the likes, doing it, you know what I'm saying, just to stunt, just to, you know what I'm saying,
Validation.
show validation. And you know, no bullshit. You know, likes release the same endorphins in the brain as
Dopamine.
anything else that can, you know what I'm saying, produce that type of happiness or high.
Mm.
So yeah, we're not chasing likes in these relationships, man.
All right,
Right,
man.
man.
I highlighted something right now. I said social media is bullshit. I feel like one of the most destructive things I ever seen social media do was have people. Well, you know what? We're all free to express our opinions, but some of the advice I be hearing, I feel like, yo, take this shit off the fucking internet. I'm gonna be honest, but a lot of people get baited into like people telling them how relationships should be ran or things should be done. It's like I said, it's annoying to a point. Like, yo, well, like just try to figure things out. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, TikTok. TikTok is a fucking disaster. It's a fucking mess. I don't know if you've been paying attention to TikTok. People will literally be like, "Yeah, guy stood me up. Yeah, man, I just got all this money from this guy. Yeah, this girl just." I'm like, God damn, TikTok makes dating seem so trash, bro. And but at the same time, you have people who put in like these compilation videos to a point. It's like, how do you know like what really went down? I remember one dude, one woman had posted. She was like, "Yeah, on our first date, he took her all the way out the country to Paris. They was out there for like 3 days, 3 nights, just to ask her to be his girlfriend." And I was like, "Whoa, what kind of shit is that?" You know what I'm saying? Like the guy like me or other people like, you know, you hear people like simp or what the fuck or why would you do all that? And then, you know, other people like, oh my God, that's how relationships should be done. Take her on a trip to let you know it's real and you're ready to make the relationship known to people. I was like, God damn. But imagine like if she said no. And you did all
Hey,
that.
bra, bra.
It's still on social media. She already been put it out there. But there's too much look at me moments, right? Look at me moments. What do I mean by look at me moments is people who always got to broadcast what they're doing, like look at me, right? Guy puts on a boat. Oh, look at me. I got something new. Oh, look at me. Like, it's a lot of look at me where people always want to compare and contrast and feel like they should be deserving of the same things. One of the main things I always like what Kevin Samuels said was like, yo, if you, for the things you're asking for, have you ever had that done for you? I'm not saying that it's not possible, but those are like clear indications of like where are you placed as of right now when it comes to the dating world. And a lot of people, with the way social media is ran, is like, yo, fuck reality. Social media is my escape to my imagination of getting everything I want out of life.
Okay, okay. I like this. I like this. What up, y'all? Yeah. So another place I could take this conversation is you have to be able to think for yourself. And I think people tapping into too much technology and being in relationships, sometimes they don't think for themselves. You go on social media, you got memes. You know what I'm saying? A female could be in a good state in her relationship. she come across the wrong meme on social media,
Mm,
trigger the wrong thing,
mm.
you back talking about some shit happened years ago because she didn't seen the wrong meme on social media. You know what I'm saying? It puts you in
Especially
that state
memes.
to where you're not looking at your relationship for what it is.
Mm.
Same thing with these uh motivational speakers and relationships, you know. They out
Who?
there talking all this shit. What's the dude name? Jackson, what's his name?
Oh, you talk about what's the name? Jackson. I forgot it. We know who you talking about, man.
All
We
right, yeah.
know.
So we got people that's building platforms telling people, men and women, what they want to hear.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
what's gonna uh progress them throughout their relationships. They just trying to sell a product. You get wrapped up in that bullshit, you take that shit back to your house. Now your shit is broken, right? And the
Mm.
person that's selling you that product, they shit not together in the first place. So we have social media and the internet is a beautiful thing, right? Because people can be entrepreneurs, right? There's no gatekeepers telling you what you can and can't do, but it's also a negative side to it because now anybody can put out content, talk about relationships, put it on social media, and all of a sudden they top dog. They're professional now, and people
Mm.
actually live by the words that these people speak. So I would just say if you want to do the whole social media thing and be in a relationship or date, be able to think for yourself. Don't just be easily influenced by what you see people post on social media, whether it's they quote unquote life or people posting information or whatever the case. You have to think for yourself at all times. So
Oh man. Something that popped in my mind about when it comes to technology relationships. Let's also go back to parenting. You know, physical relationships and stuff of that nature. For
mhm.
instance, we have a lot of people that's telling people. Shout out to Joseph. Joseph just came on here a couple episodes ago. High value man. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking about the relationships that other men are put in a relationship like, yo, is he hearing you out? Is he understanding what you need? And stuff like that. But I'd be looking at situations like that, like, yo, I'd be wanting to tell some of these men, like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, stop trying to make a man be fragile or, you know, home in on his feminine energy that he forgets to actually go out there and do things, right? I had
Mhm.
talked about at one point in time, like when I didn't have money, you know what I'm saying? I was so caught up in wanting to be in love and lay in the house all fucking day when I could be working another job or working more hours, right? But we got it to a point where a lot of things are being told, such as like men need to be in the household much longer. They need to do this. Like I said, if you start uh, letting yourself go into that world, you end up as a second wife at the same time. I like you got to go out there and make things happen. We got to remember, like back in the gap, uh, men was gone for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, months, years at a time, making sure they get things done. Like imagine your man's out in the world exploring the new country, the new state, the new city, to bring his family in. Like you wasn't there. Like oh man, he hasn't contacted me all day, and you know it's been 3 days. I got to drop him. It was none of that shit. It was like okay, I understand he's out there doing things for the country, for our family, and he's gonna go out there and make things happen. He come back home, everybody's happy, the kids there. You know what I'm saying? He not really necessarily. I'll say this honestly, because from when I was reading back then, a lot of men didn't know their kids unless it was through their wife because they was gone so much trying to produce for the family. Like I said, men sacrifice everything, even their health, to a point, and their mental to make sure they can provide. So I want people to also take in consideration what that was like back then, when men was always out the house. If you feel like you need somebody underneath you at all times, I feel like that's something you got to work on internally.
Facts, facts, facts. Definitely, definitely. And another thing with these cell phones, man, it like you was talking about the family aspect.
Hmm.
Um, with people posting their, you know what I'm saying, critical family moments or whatever, like in the relationship status,
Hmm.
it's like once upon a time you shared those moments with the people that was close to you first and foremost before you know what I'm saying, just told anybody, hey, these miraculous things are happening, right? You wanted the people that was closest to you to share these type of moments with you on an
Right.
intimate level. Nowadays, we kind of like strip ourselves of that by posting every damn thing. You know
Whew.
what I mean? So I would just simply say before you allow other people to engage with them particular moments within your relationship that's miraculous to you, absorb the energy from it first. You know what I'm saying? Share with people that's close to you first. And if they there and they on video, that's cool. I know somebody probably comment on that. You know what I mean? But I would say indulge into these moments to the fullest, fully evaluate them and appreciate them before you just publicize them. Because sometimes the energy that you can get from publicizing shit can alter your energy. You feel me? That
Yeah.
you have or something. Because it's too much energy coming too fast. So that's my take on that with the whole family scenario. Um, I could take it somewhere else. Going back to these cell phones, one critical thing that people kind of tussle over is how much time should you communicate in a relationship? You know what I
Woo.
mean? On the telephone. I know plenty of guys, they work 10, 12 hours a day. They're like, hey, yeah, I may have an earbud, AirPod, I may have a Bluetooth, but that don't mean I can sit up here and talk my whole 12-hour shift. You know what I mean? Some people feel like just because the access is there, you take it. Nonstop communication. And the question that I can ask from that is like, how often do people in modern relationships actually miss each other? I mean, like genuinely, I wonder what this person is doing. I wonder, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to wonder anymore because within a couple of seconds, you can pick up your phone, or you can pick up the phone and call somebody.
Mhm.
So sometimes to me, this takes out excitement within certain relationships because you're constantly communicating. So eventually, I mean, the well don't run dry. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much shit you can talk about. I know some people feel like, hey, at the end of the day, that's the exciting factor. I get to hear about this person's day. Well, if you talk to them all day, you already took that thrill away from yourself. So to me, missing people is important. Giving people their personal space throughout the day is also important, which is why I feel it's like a lot of men push the be single aspect on younger men because they want them to have that time available to them to improve their lifestyle and their living. You know what I mean? So we have to incorporate that into relationships as well. People need personal time to develop themselves to be the person that you need them to be within that relationship. So if you're constantly communicating, in my opinion, that's a negative. You got it, man. What you got for me?
That's interesting. Now, I was just gonna elaborate on texting, FaceTime, and voice. Right, texting
Mm-hmm.
has stripped people away from emotionally getting connected. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like I've been at a point in my life like, yo, you want to get on the phone, bro? It's most likely it's not gonna work out. Why? I'm a clear communicator. I love using my voice. I love being direct. It's all about the energy I can create within that moment in time as we're getting to know each other back and forth. I mean, I feel like text is for the small stuff, but eventually you should want to move from the small conversations to the biggest, bigger situation of conversing. Same
Right.
thing with FaceTime, right? Yeah, I don't know about y'all, man. I grew up in the cell phone before FaceTime was going on, and I was on the phone. I'm like, man, I can't wait to see you. I want to see you this time. It was a lot of excitement. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't get to see their face like that. You know what I'm saying? But FaceTime has it to where like you can see them 24/7. Like I said, uh, the mystery within it, like you said, is somewhat stripped away. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I also look at it like this. Uh, some people are face to face, and if you can't be in that physical, then that facial reaction is everything too, right? So, like I said, technology definitely has placed a position within people's lives that can alter relationships for good and also for bad. But as we have seen through statistics, it has altered for the worse.
All right. I'll bring up a scene in the movie, uh, A Journal for Jordan. So we got Michael B. Jordan character. He's a soldier in the military, and he started dating this young lady. Her father was in the military. All right, so she already kind of been through the military experience. So dude got ranked, right? So he flies in to where she's at to spend 2 weeks with her. Then he go back to his base. He go back to his base. He don't talk to her for like I think a day or two, if I'm not mistaken. Let's say a nice amount of time.
Okay.
So when they finally talk, she going crazy. Where you been? I've been calling you like crazy. What's going on? You haven't communicated with me. He like, all right, baby, hold on. One of the people that's under him in rank, one of his soldiers, um, they had a baby, so he rushed out. took the soldier to the hospital or whatever, went through that process with him, you know, made sure he was there in a position of leadership. He told her that exact story. And you know what she said? Pretty much, fuck that. You couldn't call me, you couldn't text, you couldn't have done it. And it's like, God damn, they would go again with the access. This man just told you, yo, he out not only working, but he was in a pivotal moment, right? The first thing we think is just because you have the access, why didn't you use the access to think of the relationship?
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, goddamn. So she like, I ain't crazy. You know, I know you know, you probably cheating. My father cheated on my mother and
You see, I have to put my head down.
all this because he didn't utilize that little device. Right. So sometimes that shit is critical and it fucks with people's logic, right? It really does
Right.
sometimes. They don't
Right.
become they not rational no more because that device is supposed to make everything better. All right. And I guess another place I could take it is attention, but not people seeking attention, but you can go out on a date. Let's say you're not even in a relationship. And I pay attention to shit like this. If I go to a restaurant, I look at tables, I see what's going on. A lot of times it could be two people sitting across from each other. Male, female, male, male, female, female, whatever. Guess what I see? People with their heads down.
On the phone.
I'm like, that is so fucked up. You know what I mean? Now I can see if kids is doing it because you want to occupy the kids so they can shut up. But I'm like, grown adults can't even sit across from each other, enjoy each other's company and time, have conversation, really vibe off each other because everybody's in their cell phone. I'm guilty of it. You see people driving, trying to play the right song, texting, you know what I mean? These cell phones keep a lot of our attention. So I think that is an attention deficiency within relationships because everybody's glued to their phones. Sometimes I think in relationships, y'all probably just need to just put that shit up. You go on a date, turn that shit off, whatever. When you at home having an intimate moment, put that shit up. If you ain't looking for the next song to play to set the mood, put that shit up.
Yeah, put that motherfucking shit out, man. Play my goddamn song. That's what you need. My goddamn song. But no, there's a lot of truth to that. They say cell phones are the new mind controls. And a lot of people dismiss the fact that cell phones do actually control the minds a lot. Whether regardless of the information we're looking up, like I said, information we're looking up, things we want to watch, itself is its own computer. You gotta remember that. The cell phone is a computer itself. To a point where you have to actually sit in front of a computer to get knowledge. Now you get everything off your phone because of the internet access. And that is also somewhat draining. Like I said, it's draining and it's also helpful. I told you before, when I go on dates with women, I like to see who likes to live in the moment. That's going to put you in a position if I want to go on another date with you. If you quick to pull out your phone and want to take a picture of food, I'm be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? But it's the small factor that people don't know how to live in the now, right? That's just like I, I, I want to use the example, but I gotta use the example. I gotta use the example. Oh man. So like some of your most intimate moments you have with people want to display, right? If I come in like I got you know I got a massage table and shit. If I come set up my place, I got candles everywhere, soft music. I want you, oh girl, look at what he did for me. I don't want to see that shit. That's just not me. I don't want to see that. Like, yo, I did this for you. So I'm trying to show the world. Because then that can be a position of trying to one up another person around you, right? We don't ever talk about when we display things, what are we really displaying it for and who, right? Just like I know women who get together, they'll go out for drinks. You know what their goal is? Yeah, let's see who can get the most dudes to pay for drinks. That'd be one of their goals. So while you one of the dudes that's trying to show her a different way, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he did this for me. Another person like, oh yeah, well, he did this for me. Oh, shit, well, I'm about to see what he gonna do now. You make competition in situations that's not needed instead of just focusing on the moment, right? Anytime I'm with somebody that does something for me, I'm homed in. You know what I'm saying? It'd be moments I'd be like, man, fuck this phone. I throw the phone across the room. So, but it's like small stuff like that, bro. Like where We just gotta throw away. Like I said, we gotta get rid of the cell phones.
Right, right. Uh, I guess somewhere else I could take the conversation is just
Hmm.
be careful on who you let into your life in relationships with the social media thing. Like,
Yeah.
every good moment that's good for you is not good for everybody else that's watching. Um, Case in point, when we had the whole like Trump and Biden thing, you know what I mean? Like, we seen the worst out of people on social media, the absolute worst. I'm having debates with people. I never thought this shit would come to this. I'm in complete awe. But, you know what I'm saying? Keep that same mentality that you would take with politics with your relationship. A lot of people won't talk about politics. Politics, you know what I'm saying, can create a negative vibe or people get too sensitive about politics. I say think the same way with your relationship on social media. You know what I mean? Because letting the wrong person just tap into your frequency or your page, put the wrong comment, go back and tell the wrong story to somebody or say something.
Mm.
All these things can bring negative energy to your relationship. Something you should value,
Ooh.
protect. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to protect your relationship. So just like we say shit like, not everybody want to see you win, not everybody your friend, not everybody want to see you happy. What the fuck make you think these people want to see you in a stable, successful relationship? People don't want to see that. Even if you don't post your relationship and you just have like little subliminals and people pick up on the subliminals, they gonna be like, I'm gonna fuck that shit up. You know what I'm
I be
saying?
people
How,
don't
how,
believe me when I
how
be
many
saying
dates
that.
this motherfucker gonna go on? Like, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't tired of each other yet? These things happen just by people letting the wrong people in. So, hey,
Right.
protect your shit. Be careful who you let into your relationship on social media.
Mm. I remember
Talk to
like
them,
the
Juke.
comment you just said. My fault, I didn't interrupt you. I heard the comment you just said, like, damn, y'all still together? I remember somebody they was dating for like it was boyfriend girl for like 7 years. Somebody like, damn, y'all ain't married yet. I was like, and I think that like
Right, you ain't married
that,
shit?
y'all ain't married yet. I said, I think
Oh,
that comment is what like broke that
oh
relationship out
boy.
because that person had to think about it. All right, I'm just saying, 7 years. I mean, I would have thought like by now y'all did something, right? Like I
Oh,
said,
shit.
you can't
Mhm,
even enjoy like being out with your friends no more. Like, let's say I'm taking a picture, right? We taking a picture. Somebody might walk by and be like, "Is that Ted? Yo, Ted's in that picture?" Like Ted walking by, we don't know that dude. They going on doing the whole investigation of that shirt, his pants. Where was he at this date and time? Like, yo, like that's the crazy part about social
mhm,
media. Social
mhm.
media got the best investigators in the world because of it.
Somebody. Definitely facts, facts, facts.
Mhm.
Man, on this one, man, I ain't got no other opponents on this one, man. This one's funny as hell.
It is funny because, like I said, or we said, that technology does ruin relationships, man. But like I said, I feel like it can also better relationships
Mm,
depending on how you looking at the situation, right?
yeah.
Um, I could say like social media when it came to one of the things I did a post today. I said
Mm,
because of like social media dating apps, like how many of y'all actually been in relationships because of social media, or is most of your longest relationship is because of social media, or a person met in real life? A lot of people still prefer real life. You know what I'm saying? Instead of
mm,
meeting people on social media. Like I didn't went on dates with people from social media and stuff, but I ain't never got into a relationship with anybody I ever met on social media. Like I said, I still like the cold call. I still like walking up to people. You know what I'm saying? But some people can find their mate on social media. So that's what I say. It could also be a good thing at the same time.
yeah. And I guess I'll tap into a positive as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the right balance within yourself will give you the right balance of communication to have with somebody else. So even though you got complete access, you'll still kind of like use it effectively to where it benefits the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody can be going through something. You can send them the right text message at the right time, even though you may not be able to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Pictures, videos go a long way. Females,
Yeah.
send them videos, send them pictures. Keep their relationship happy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it definitely it definitely can improve the relationship if we use it properly. Just too much of anything can be bad. So I would definitely say keep that in mind. You know, with people being in a busy world, it can also keep them in communication with their family members and everything. Like I say, it's not always a negative thing. It's just when it becomes too accessible and misused. So, and definitely if you're gonna get into a relationship, we at a space now where we got to have this kind of conversation before we engage into relationships. How do you feel about social media? How do you feel about cell phones, et cetera, et cetera?
Mm.
Some people get into relationships and hey, they got to exchange passwords. Some people don't go that route. It's sad, but at the space and time we are in, we have to have these kind of conversations before we engage into relationships. So those are my positives, man. Send them pictures, send them videos, send the right messages at the right time, make the right calls. But don't do too much though. Don't do too
You
much.
went, like, I was gonna say that earlier. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. But you went ahead and did it.
Uh-huh.
Oh man. Okay, let me have fun with you, bro. So, social media and dating for you, do you keep it or you delete it?
I keep it.
Okay.
My personal shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep my shit. Mainly because, the podcast, got to market, got to promo. But yeah, I keep my shit. I don't think people got to cancel their profiles just because they're in a relationship.
Oh, okay. Okay. Same thing for like yourself and the person you're dating, or this is strictly for you?
No, no. I don't think nobody got to delete their shit just because you're in a relationship.
Okay. Like I said, everybody's dating. So, I ask you this: were your longest relationships from people you met from social media or from people in person?
Uh, People in person.
Okay. You ever dated somebody, like got in a relationship with somebody you met out for social media?
I've been on social media. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm saying.
No,
I'm about
no.
to have fun now, bro. I'm gonna do my thing now.
Hey, hey, we
Oh
gotta
man.
remind y'all, we don't script. We just flow. But yeah, so none of this is scripted, man. So, what about you, man? Did you
Nah, I
delete
ain't
that
never
shit?
got in a relationship with somebody I met off social media. Never.
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 Situationship. A
What the fuck is
situation.
that?
Situation.
What is that?
One night. I don't know. Nothing.
Yo, this guy's funny, man. Like, yo, I done told you I done went on dates from like people I done met on social media,
All right
but
then.
I never been in a relationship with anybody I met from social media. Right?
Okay.
Like I said, it depends. Right? Like I said, when you date somebody on social media, you gotta really realize like, are they really attached to it? Right?
Okay.
I remember somebody I was talking to at one point in time. We could have got into a relationship. I'm not gonna cap. We could have got into a relationship. It just never made it there, right? It was just
Mhm.
things that was happening. One of the main things I always talk about: if I date you as an individual, if you run a social media for attention or to talk about a situation we went through, I automatically cut you out. Automatically, you come to me one on one talking. Like if you got to go to the internet to tell the world about our situation, never. Right? It's funny because I be watching people talk about their baby daddy, baby mama so much. I'm like, yo, I just can't do that. And there's some stuff. That's what I'm saying. But technology is bad, bro. Why are you running to the internet to tell somebody like how bad your situation or relationship is?
Mhm.
But then this is the thing that it does. There's a lot of
Mhm.
coddling on the internet, right?
Mhm.
You coddle, be like, oh, I've been treated bad. Somebody go be like, hey, baby girl, look, I'll treat you better. Like he don't know what he got. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, you're
Mhm.
going. It's you can get that instantly on social media,
Mhm.
instantly, right?
Right.
And these people might not even know nothing about you, but the fact is, you could have like I said, the fact is, it's just that
Mhm.
people just want to talk to you, been talking to you, right? What they say at your most vulnerable moments, anything can happen.
Mhm.
So they're thinking by like, okay, well, this person's in this state of shock or been treated bad. Let me talk to them. Let me offer to take them out. Let me do something of that nature,
Mhm.
and boom,
Right.
now this possibilities can happen.
Right. Before people fix it, they post it. That's the space we at right now. Before people
Hey
fix their
man,
problems, they venting on social media.
hey
Let the
man,
right people comment, tell them, yeah, you right. Yeah, fuck that person.
hey
Yeah.
man, look, the comment section look like a Jerry Springer show. I be in the comments reading them.
Yeah, Spring Show. Yeah. And then people
Yo,
people will read that post and be like, I got it now. No. The only thing you did was allow people to come and tell you what you want to hear.
yeah, what are
That's
you?
not solving your fucking problem. So, like I say, sometimes this shit can be a negative. Let me see, man. Another funny thing.
Oh man, comment section is crazy, bro. That's why I said like even in that, like this, like people gotta remember like that. This is the, like I said, social media dating. It's just number competition. I'm sorry, bro. You gotta come with it. You gotta come with it. Like I remember, um, like all right, let's say there's comment sections, right, on Facebook. I don't know if you pay attention to. You see a whole bunch of comments, but that person might like one or two people comments. To them, like, oh shit, they feel like they in there. But it's like 100 different comments they gotta go through. Like they're gonna select who they want to select. Just like when they see the inbox can be full, but they're gonna select who they see, you know, based on their profile picture, based on what they displayed as a page, right? Me, I'm not photogenic, but in person, yo, I'm fun as fuck. I got high EQ. I'm a social person, but that's another thing about social media. You'll get judged upon based how interesting you are and not who you really are as an individual, right? You got to make yourself seem more interesting than what you really are, or you make yourself seem more extrovert than what you really are. That's how people gravitate to people.
So I'm gonna ask a question off something I said earlier. So, how you feel about sharing passwords to cell phones and
I ain't
relationships
doing that. Yeah, I'm not
and
doing
going
that
through
shit.
each
Look,
other's phone?
I
That one
tell,
too?
I never put a password on my phone. I said, look, what you find in there is what you find in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I ain't got no password. You find, you gonna find what you find in there.
Okay. Of course, I ain't with that shit either. I ain't with that shit either. Look, and you still find, motherfucker. You look for some shit, you gonna find something. Both ways. All right. So, we can wrap that up. You know what I'm saying? Tap into the Q&A. You ain't got nothing else on that?
Q and A's. Cool. Let me go ahead and get that in. No, I mean we can ask. I mean, I got a whole lot of questions for people whoever want to go on live. Request to go live.
All right. So, before we do that on Q&As, we're gonna wrap up this one. So, Talking and Talk official podcast on IG and YouTube. Make sure you tap into both pages. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We got a lot of content on there. So appreciate y'all. That's it.
But yeah, now I got it up there in case anybody want to do Q and A's over the subject or request to go in. A lot of social media has created groups for people who need mental health. That's what I'm saying. They got benefits right there. Support, social works. They got groups. One of my favorite apps right now for social media. Well, I would say social media. One of my favorite apps is called Meetups. Right? These meetups have groups that are based on whether it's people that just want to get active, dating, playing sports, exploring the city, going to museums, going to the zoo. Like they create events for people to show up, and all you do is show up to the events. That's a chance for you to be friends, network, and meet other individuals. Right? As I said, Meetup is a dope app. So I do like how she said that. Like I said,
Yeah, facts, facts. You got different apps that you tap into for different things, different agendas. All you gotta do is go through the app. That makes a lot of shit easier for people. Everybody's not into the whole like meeting people in person. Some people find it easier to meet people online.
yeah,
So it works. And people get married from that. A lot of families get produced from social media apps. So it's positive to it.
yeah. That's one of the questions I also got up right now. Is it easier to date from social media? I only got one person that said yes so far. So far, everybody else said no.
Easier?
I only got one person. Like I feel like dates on social media is like way easier. Honestly,
Yeah.
because you gotta. I don't feel like that takes too much work. You see each other, the attraction, and you go from the conversation. That's what my fastest thing. Whenever if I can get in somebody number on social media, is get to them verbally. That's gonna let me know like how well I want to communicate with you or not. I said verbal communication is one of the most effective communication. If a person just feel like they want to text, shit, I'm not gonna be interested. This guy then walked off the planet. Q and A's request to go live. Hold on, somebody said something earlier. Let me home in on that. Let me home in on that. We got a Q&A. Hold up. We got a question. Okay, cool. I'm about to pop it up. Do you feel social media have made people socially incompetent? Shit. I'm gonna say yeah, because some people will like look at TikToks, look at posts, and take it 100%. Take it as 100%. Memes, 100%. Well, you know, Virgos are the best. Nah. Fuck that Virgo shit. Memes are one of the worst things that make anybody dumb, bro. I mean, memes are the funniest thing and the most destructive thing they ever created for the internet, bro. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I would agree, mainly because most people had a freedom on social media to create a whole nother personality for themselves,
Hmm?
a whole nother person, right? And a lot of times, these aren't the people that you meet up with in real life. These people don't stand behind the person that's on social media. So taking that into account and then making communication so accessible, sometimes people miss out on that human interaction, looking people in the eye, you know, body language, all these different things. Sometimes that throws that shit off if people forget to actually interact with real people. Feel me? So I think that's why we could have a space to where people like, look, let's create a metaverse. People so out of touch with reality anyway. Let's just continue to upgrade that tech behind that. Right? So,
Oh,
there's,
okay, sure, question. Nah, I was just trying to say, like, some people, like I said, some people have social, like, games, run games within real life, pertaining to that relationship. But nah, anything else on the subject, man? Ain't nobody requesting to go live. You know what? I do want to go live with her. I don't think she want to go live though, because I know she always has a lot to say. It's interesting.
yeah, Juice, what was you talking about with the women trying to see how many drinks they can get in, some shit like that?
Oh, I'm saying so. When I was talking about the competition thing, when it comes to dating, right? Like,
Uh,
look at me, right? So on a basis when individuals are like, whatever, it's just getting intimate with an individual, like, hey, this is what this person doing for me. Oh, well, this person's doing this for me, like Snapchat, Instagram, or close friends, private snaps. Those are some of the things where you can see how people might boast about the individual that's taking them out, right? And then you have competition. Wait, hold on. What was that? I was watching a line in the back of the looking ass. Never mind. I got completely distracted right there. And like I said, so because of
mm,
social media, you have some individuals that be like, all right, let's see who can get the most drinks. So they'll size each other up and post it based on the results of who's going to win from that. That's what I was talking about when I was relating to that message.
yeah, in other words, it creates unnecessary competition, right?
Exactly. It
Because
creates
people can
unnecessary
compare
competition.
what the next person is getting versus what you're getting. And then sometimes you'll devalue what you're getting based on what you see somebody else getting, but you don't know how they got it, that kind of shit. It just creates unnecessary competition. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're gonna wrap that one up.
I guess so. I
Leave it
guess
up for
so.
the next one.
You have any more positives on technology, man? You have a lot of negatives, man.
But
At least
negatives, I'm a negative person tonight, man. Negative. Yeah. But
I see.
now, positive.
You got the muscle shirt on like me today. Like, what's going
I'm
on,
gonna
man?
shut out
Like,
like you. Yeah, man, nothing. That's what I do, man. That's what I do. But I would say, like I say, the positives, man, sometimes it keep the right people in contact with each other. They can send each other the right message, you know what I'm saying, or write something at the right moment. They can use that shit properly. Other than that, like I said, keep people connected through family, where it may be distance, you know what I mean? That connects people. It's just, it can be positive based on how people use it. But a lot of times in relationships, people use it against themselves.
yeah, definitely.
Facts,
Like I
facts.
said, I do like how social media brings family together, right? You know, you
Mm-hmm.
ain't see somebody for like years. You like, well, you know, I got their number, but you got
You can
their
look them
social
up.
media,
Yeah, you can look them up. Yeah.
right?
So, right. So it makes everybody accessible. And like I say, even in the business space, like what you have to travel to do to get in the right door, you have to run up on the person at the right time, know their schedule. Now you just look for them on social media.
Right. And
So
then
there are positives, right?
they got everything displayed digitally now that you can just look it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's one another thing. Hold on, we got another question right now. Just another worldly validation. That's a question.